and Hollywood Way it is, right? And on Brand Boulevard. And it's a family-run business, but Betty, you've been a true integral part of the community itself, too, and helping out in many ways. I'd like to introduce you to the community. Many of you may know you out there, and our viewers may know you, but some of you don't, some of them don't. And I know it's a family business, too, and you've been involved in the community. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about Portos and how you arrived to where you are today?
Well, we are, like you were saying, we're a family-owned business. Started by my mom in 1975. We came here in 1971 from Cuba. And we grew up helping her, of course, because she didn't have a budget in those days. So it was her and my dad, and then we were kids growing up, 14, 16. So we were, going to school, having fun, and at the same time providing the free labor that otherwise, she couldn't have paid for. So she was just hardworking, working 11 hours a day nonstop, and she just had a dream, and she wouldn't get convinced to. My father kept saying, go work for the workforce, you need insurance and medical. She wouldn't have it. She's a very stubborn woman. She comes from a family of women that always been in business in Cuba, and they were very stubborn. So she wouldn't budge. And so, thanks to her dream and her vision, as a family we grew. She wanted to make sure that we all had, an education, of course. She wouldn't have it any other way. As a matter of fact, my dad was disappointed because I was going to law school, and he wanted me to be a lawyer, and then turned out that the bakery grew, and it needed, the new generation. We all left our careers. My sister left accounting, my brother was an economic major, and we all joined her, and now here we are 30 years later, And
everyone's enjoying Portos. I don't know if anyone had a chance to go to Portos. You're missing out, but there's Portos in Glendale and in Burbank. And I know one time I had an opportunity to go there and have some food. I was there with a special guest where Arnold Schwarzenegger came through one of your bakeries. And you've been always involved in the community with many organizations. And, Betty, and plus with your whole family itself, it's a family commitment too. And plus, being a woman leader in the community too, it's important what you provide for all the people in Glendale, and we truly appreciate it. And sometimes we don't have an opportunity to see who's behind the apron and or who's baking our products. Yes. And I know our studios out there in Burbank and our businesses and brand get the benefit of Portos. Any closing words to the community?
Well, I think it's important that when you succeed in whatever it is that you do, that you give back to the community, and that's exactly what we do. If you have received from the community, then you have to give back. That's what we are here to do.
In this country, the great country of the United States. And it's important that we work together of so many different backgrounds, but we're all here for one common good, for the family and the community. And, and every day is a gift that we have, and we appreciate every day. And having people like you is a true blessing, and your family and brothers, everybody. And Raul, right? Yeah. Okay. Anna, how are you?
Hi,
how you doing? Well, thank you again. We're on here with our community with Anna, and if you could tell our viewers a little bit about Anna and just a little soundbite.
Well, as you said, my name is Anna Ouroumian, and I'm the President and CEO of the Academy of Business Leadership. We are a nonprofit organization that works with inner city, middle, and high school students throughout Southern California. I've been doing this for 10 years. It's pretty much almost straight out of UCLA. Okay. Excuse me, the reason why I got involved, I actually wanted to be on Wall Street making billions. I came from Lebanon as a 15-year-old after having grown up in orphanages there by myself with $160, and I figured, just happenstance, I ran into this organization. Ever since I've refounded it, what we focus on, teaching these kids 7 core values: vision, integrity, passion, courage, perseverance, giving back, and getting them to understand that they are leaders now versus 20 years from now. I hire MBAs from top universities across the country, such as Harvard Business School, Marshall, Anderson, that teach the kids on 7 college campuses. So we're basically preparing the future generation of CEOs out of our inner city kids, the future generation of civic leaders, and it's really exciting.
I mean to jump in on it because it's important topic brought up. Last show we talked about is preparing our youth for college, and not just for community college but for universities. And how do you prepare them, and how do you build a foundation? And not only it's the family importance, but it's the kids' commitment, the children's commitment, and to have people like you out there working for the community. How do parents or how do families reach you?
Basically, they can go on our website, www.goabl, Academy of Business Leadership .org, and they can download an application and apply. Basically, there is a fee associated. So far, for 10 years, it's been free, but unfortunately, given the economic conditions of our excuse me, city here. And to survive as an organization, to be able to continue doing what we've been doing, we are starting this summer, 09, unfortunately, to charge. But it will be, you know what, if you're a kid, you come from low-income background, 100% scholarship covered. So we're still committed, but those who can't afford, 70% of our kids come from low to middle-income backgrounds, 30% upper-income backgrounds. So the ones who can't afford it, I mean, it's a tremendous value, top-notch exposure. They go on field trips to major corporations. They meet with CEOs, movers and shakers. There's nothing like it. And you mentioned a very important point that we're preparing kids. It's very important to prepare them for college. We go beyond that. We don't even mention college as much, meaning when we tell them that they are leaders now, to them, you are going to college. It's a given. At ABL, when you come to us, going to college is not even a question. The idea becomes, what is your purpose? What are you going to do with your life? What is your contribution going to be? Do you see? So taking them to a whole new level. So I'm really proud of what we've been able to do.
Hear this, because
yes.
Before you visit her, make sure you have coffee and some pastry at Portos. That's the important thing.
Portos.
We all love Portos.
Yeah, it's great.
But no, thank you, ladies. I mean, it's important too for the work that they do in this community and for the community itself. And we also have with us another special guest, another women achiever, Nancy Melikian, and from Pasadena area, which is important too. We're all family here. And Nancy, I know you're involved in Pasadena in many ways, and in San Gabriel Valley you've been involved with your husband too, Bernard. Can you tell our viewers too a little about what's going on in Pasadena and with your life and what you do?
Yes. First, I'll be taking all my coworkers to Portos, and I'm very happy to know about your organization and the great things that you do in Pasadena, which is really a phenomenal city. We probably have 1,000 organizations, and that's not an exaggeration, of whose only goal is to improve the daily life of many of our citizens. I started a promotional products company 25 years ago, and one of our main goals, we are the licensee of the Tournament of Roses, and so I learned very early the love of community events that make people feel like they're part of the community. It doesn't matter how large or how small a city is. If that's your ability to come in and have some involvement and meet all of the people that do many things in the community. So we've done that for 25 years, and we developed marketing plans for events to help develop awareness of other groups that do the kind of things that you do. We specialize in lapel pins, which we call mini billboards, make them interesting enough, develop graphics for people so that someone will say, what is that? And then you have a platform to say, well, this is what it is, and this is what I believe in, and this is what it represents. You mentioned my husband is the chief of police in the city of Pasadena, and so I have a renewed awareness of all the levels that need to be served in our community. I helped start the Pasadena Police Department Activities League, which is completely staffed by police officers in their spare time, taking kids places they've never been, teaching them things that will give them tools in life so that they can take advantage of other programs that will improve their life.
That's great. I mean, I actually have one question for all of you. If you had to, for all the women and young women watching this show, girls in high school or in college and mothers out there,